Hey guys, it's me again, Barry with Barry's 8-Track and Classic Car Radio Repair, and today's demonstration's going to be on a Delco T400 8-track player. This is out of a 1974 Pontiac Firebird. Super cool sounding car. This is from Chuck in Lafayette, Indiana. I've actually lived in Indiana for a short time. I lived in a little town called Monon, population 1,600, and the girl that I was living with is pretty indicative of a town with a population of 1,600. She wasn't very diverse. And then I worked in Lafayette, Indiana, which was, of course, a bigger town, and things made more sense down in Lafayette. So anyway, let's go ahead and test this 8-track player. We're going to put some Neil Sedaka in. And we'll bring our output level meters in the picture and make sure we got both sides. Switch tracks. We're at the end of a song there. Alrighty, balance left, right, left, right, center, volume. Okay, it picked a great time to end the song and change tricks. There we go. Volume. Alrighty, and work the tone control. Well, I'll have to do that with my hand, I guess. Let's find a little more suitable knob for this application. Tone control. Alrighty, so get rid of that. Put this back on. Change tracks a few more times. Alrighty, now we're going to pop in some Herb Alpert, and I've got some. We don't need these meters anymore. I've got a little special news about Herb Alpert here. I am going to see Herb Alpert in about 23 days. He's coming to my town February 26th. My brother, who you've undoubtedly heard on many of my videos, he's a local radio personality. So whenever I'm testing an AM radio, about 1 out of 3 or 4 videos is his voice that's on the radio. Well, he also gets to interview, acts coming into town. Now, the Prescott Valley, Arizona is not a big town. It's kind of a small town. The biggest event arena we have in my town is a little 5,000-seater, and so we don't really draw super big name acts that are current. We draw old acts like ZZ Top. If we're lucky, we get bands like that. So anyway, Herb, with his wife Lonnie, who was former lead singer for Sergio Mendes in Brazil 66, is coming to our Performing Arts Center the 26th, and I can't wait to see my very first musical influence. In the house, growing up, we did not listen to the radio except for talk radio because my brother was even then grooming himself to be a local radio personality. So the only thing that ever played on the radio in the house when I was growing up was AM talk radio. The only records we had in the house were Herb Alpert and Bill Cosby. I don't know how my brother decided on that particular combination, but the only music other than Herb I ever heard was when I got my first transistor radio, and I could go walking around the neighborhood, listen to what I wanted to listen to. But I still love Herb. So let's go ahead and pop in some Herb and take a look at our unit again, and switch tracks a bunch of times. That's a really quiet part of the song. It'll be not anymore. Okay, now we'll do a quick speed check. See how practical it's going to be to do that. All right, this is a RCA. It's an official RCA test tape. Whenever you're using test cartridges for alignment purposes and for any purpose, you don't want to go with the generic tapes put out by like GC Electronics, Nortronics. You want to go with someone who actually manufactured these units because, needless to say, they want their units to come out of the shop top-notch performance. So they have a strong vested interest in making much better alignment tapes. So this is a speed alignment tape. I'm going to see if I can get the camera on this frequency meter here. We're going to pop in my 400 hertz test tone and find the track. There's a track it's on, and let's just do a quick speed. The magic number we're looking for is going to be between 395 and 405 to be in spec. Okay, it's slowed down just a touch since okay, we're in spec. There we go. And we are in spec. Make sure it holds up to track change. Try that once more time. Just make sure it recovers. Okay, we are right dead on the money with the speed. Okay, let's just take it back to the unit so you can make sure that I'm not doing any trickery here to make that. So that's a tape that we're using to test with. Okay, so let's try just one more music tape just for fun. I'm going to take a pretty big chance here. Well, let's see if this will play Anne Murray. Maybe not, because this tape is damaged. Yeah, it's my Anne Murray tape from repeated use. This little part that slides against the roller finally poked through it, and so this tape is no longer any good. So let's try a different Temptations. That's always good. Let's pop a little Temps in there. Okay, we're ending a bunch of songs, so we're probably going to be changing tracks automatically in a few seconds here. Now, I don't know about the condition of this tape. I've never really used it as a test tape, so who knows what's going to happen with this thing. Take a look at the tape material itself. Yeah, we have a bad tape. Okay, that's why it's not playing. So let's try just a very quick Partridge Family. This is a good tape. Okay, blank spot. There we go. Okay, let's end this on a little more upbeat note and put Neil Sedaka back in there. Okay, just want to feed this tape in here a few more times. Make sure we're consistent. I often don't give it time to properly engage.
Even Sunday
Okay, we are ready to go here. I like to put it in a way that it messes up so that I know uh, a little bit more about the proper tape alignment. So yes, let's try it just a couple more times. Okay, once more. Let's try a few more. Okay, in my shop, it's all about consistency, so I like to really check them hard. And so we're ready to go back here. I'm ready to get on to the next job. There's an NHL hockey game on tonight. I think it's Detroit. No, it's the Chicago Blackhawks versus Boston Bruins. That should be a pretty good game. Once again, this came from Chuck in Lafayette, Indiana. Thank you, Chuck, for your business.